23 minutes after the hour, help could be on the way for millions of Americans buried under a mountain of credit card debt and the hidden fees that make it all worse. New legislation is being introduced in Congress today. Our personal finance editor, Jerry Willis, is here to explain. So how does this new legislation protect consumers?
Well, if you have a credit card, and I assume you do, it seems everybody does, you know how confusing the rules are and how the fees can really add up and put you into debt. A new law would help curb some of this, and here's exactly what it would do. First of all, interestingly, it would create an opt-in provision for young folks. You know, one of the highest rates of bankruptcy right now is among college students because of credit card debt.
And they're getting these credit card solicitations in the mail all the time, aren't they?
Absolutely. Yeah. And so this would, make it more difficult for the credit card industry to go after those folks. Also, this bill would also make fees reasonably related to costs. So, you know, when you're being charged $40 for a late fee, that's not what it costs a credit card company. So that would bring fees more into line with costs. And then it would require verification of the ability to pay. So you couldn't send out a credit card solicitation without being sure that the person could pay that bill. Now, I spoke to Senator Menendez yesterday about why this bill is important now.
Ultimately, this is about giving equal footing to the consumer, because right now they feel that their credit card is just like a booby trap. They never know what's going to come up next.
It's not the only bill out there. Carolyn Maloney in the House has also introduced a bill. Tomorrow she'll have a hearing on her bill, bringing in folks who feel like they've been stung by credit card companies to explain what happened to them. Carl Levin in the Senate also has a bill, so there are lots of ideas floating around out there, John.
So this idea of verification of ability to pay, it means the credit card companies would have to do a credit
due diligence,
check?
Yes.
On all, wow, that would really slow the process down, wouldn't it?
Very controversial.
Yeah. So until this legislation is passed, what can people do today to try to reduce their exposure to these fees?
Well, you know, number one, automate your payments. If you're worried about incurring late fees, one easy way to make sure you don't get late fees is to automate your payments online. Make sure you're sending something each and every month to the credit card company. Rethink your credit card debt. Think about it as a 30-day loan. Make sure you're paying it off each and every month. This is a luxury, not something that you should lean on all the time. And finally, fight the man. You know, you can complain about these fees, and often they will remove fees, reduce your interest rate. I got to tell you, I've called and said, hey, I don't like this interest rate. I'm getting other offers in my mailbox. Cut my rate, and they do.
There you go. And back to the automated payments for a second. Yeah. You can't pay off your entire credit card bill on an automated basis. What is it? It's a certain portion of the bill that you would allocate every month? How would you do that?
Here's what I'm suggesting.
Because the bill changes every month. So you can't
bill changes every month, obviously. Best case scenario, you're paying it off every month. But if your real worry is that I'm not going to make that payment on time, at least you can put something towards that bill each and every month. And nobody's stopping you from paying more at a different time in the month. An easy thing to do is to pay the bill when you get paid. That prioritizes your credit card debt, and you can send it electronically like this.
But you also don't want to overpay either, right? Because then you're just losing your money.
No, you don't want to overpay. Absolutely, you got to take care to make sure you understand exactly what you owe, and it's easy enough to do online.
All right. Jerry, thanks.
My
Always
pleasure.
good tips.